This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
Welcome back to our Panther Sports Talk Veterans Day Salute Show, where we feature UNI former Panthers who went on to serve our armed forces, one of which, Patrick Hunter, 2005. You might remember him as the fast guy on this football field, wide receiver, but he also was great at track and field. And that 2005 team was very special for what they accomplished as a team. He was a good portion of that team, wasn't he?
It was a huge portion of that football team because Patrick Hunter was the Kenny Shedd of the 2005 team, for those people that can remember that. He was the speed player. He was the guy that cleared the zones. He was the guy that you threw the deep ball to. And he could do that. He was very effective doing it. So he was a huge part of that success of 2005 because of what he brought to that team. And he was more of a quiet type person. He wasn't the outgoing loud guy. He was the guy that was always dependable, always was where he's supposed to be, and was that great teammate that you always wanted to have in that locker room with you.
He did track and field, a star football player, and a student here, so he was prepared to multitask and juggle. And you'll see in the story, he said going through boot camp was nothing compared to going through the two-a-days and really preparing him for life after UNI.
Well, when I heard that quote, it was kind of twofold. You say, well, were we that hard? But at the same time, you're proud that we were that hard because of that development is so critical during camp. And it's much like boot camp in a way because you bring 100 guys together from all different backgrounds and all different stages, and you got to bring them together in the same heartbeat. So you have to go through some battles together, and that's what two-a-day camp is. But that's actually what basic training is too. So it was a double-edged sword, but I heard it that way. But Patrick, that's really what made him who he was because, he was the track guy that played football, and we wanted to make the football player that ran track.
Here's our salute and interview on Patrick Hunter.